Montgomery County higher elevation. Dense fog advisory in effect until 8 a.m. Friday. Visibility 1/4 mile or less in dense fog. Portions of central, eastern, north central, southeast, southwest, and western Arkansas. Until 8 a.m. Friday. Impact. Certain driving conditions due to low visibility. Additional details. Visibilities will continue to decrease through evening and overnight as a warm front slowly drifts to the north. Keep driving, slow down, use your headlights, and leave plenty of distance ahead of you. Here is a look at high and low temperatures today, as well as 24-hour precipitation from selected locations around Arkansas. As of Thursday evening, at North Little Rock, the low this morning was 51, and the high today was 60. The 24-hour precipitation was 0.60 inches. In Little Rock, the low this morning was 54, and the high today was 52. The 24-hour precipitation was 0.62 inches. At the Hot Springs Airport, the low this morning was 57, and the high today was 64. The 24-hour precipitation was 0.31 inches. In Harrison, the low this morning was 49, and the high today was 60. The 24-hour precipitation was 1.55 inches. At Pine Bluff, the low this morning was 56, and the high today was 59. The 24-hour precipitation was 0.13 inches. At Russellville, the low this morning was 55, and the high today was 60. The 24-hour precipitation.
Alrighty, my friends, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream here for today. We got ourselves some more updates regarding this upcoming system that is set to impact portions of the country for early next week, bringing some very heavy snowfall. Potentially a few feet of snow is possible, followed by some severe weather across the south regarding the potential of tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds. Anyways, my friends, hope everyone is doing all right. Glad to have you guys here for today. I look a little green for some reason. I have no idea. Got the Christmas tree up today. So we are doing pretty well. First of all, let's go ahead and see who is here in the live stream. We're going to go ahead and go back here just a little bit. Caden's here. Lillian's here. Let's see. Marcus here. Rain is here. Let's see here. Megan's here. What's up, you guys? Hope everyone is doing all right. Glad to have you guys here. Let's see, Lillian with a super chat. Thank you so much, Lillian, saying, how much snow will I get on Thursday, being next Thursday? So, we're going to talk about that here real quick here, just so I can go ahead and show you. So, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. It really does help us out. Now, in regarding to snowfall, like I said, really across the north, we're going to see potentially some areas potentially seeing here maybe near, 1 to 2 feet of snow. Definitely could be pretty decent, potentially two plus feet is even possible here in some of these areas, but still things need ironed out here for the most part. But we're going to take a look here for your area here towards Wausau, Wisconsin. I believe that's where you were at. Anyways, as of right now, it looks like on this ending here on Thursday, kind of looks like anywhere from around 5 to 10 inches possible for the most part. But that is kind of what we are talking about, my friends. That is indeed what we are actively looking at here, which I should probably go ahead and switch the screen over here so you guys can actually see that. But yeah, towards Wausau, Wisconsin, we're actually talking, according to the National Weather Service blend of models, potentially up to, I'd say, 5 to 10 inches. Definitely sounds pretty interesting here. Let's go ahead and see here. Let's see here. Evening all, says Time to Kill. What's up? Hope you're doing good. Thank you so much. Lillian, once again, thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and see here. Proxy's here. What's up, Proxy? Saying, looking forward to spending a little time with my weather family, even at a hospital bed. Proxy, are you okay? Hope things are okay with you, Proxy. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Proxy, and I hope that whatever is going on, and I hope things get better with you soon. Seriously, that's pretty concerning. So, Proxy, obviously, please take it easy, and hope that everything goes okay with you. Let's go ahead and see here. But once again, hopefully everything's doing all right. Let's see here. Megan says, hey, Andrew, what's up? Hope you're doing all right. Saying, everyone, please give a stream a like. It really helps out. Appreciate y'all being here. Absolutely. It really does help us out. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and dive on into, kind of what the current conditions are looking like. Then we're going to dive really into what we can expect here down in time. So let's go ahead and switch on over here back to the normal radar view. We're going to take a look here at the current situation that's ongoing. So there's actually a winter system that's actually kicking off right now. across portions of the central plains, moving its way into portions of the upper Midwest. A bit of heavy snow is actually falling out of this across portions of northeastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, northwestern portions of Iowa. So obviously, eventually moving its way up here more towards the northeast. Eventually, possibly like southern Minnesota will be getting some of the storm here. This is a little low pressure system. It's actually driving its way across portions here of the north. Now, regarding any snowfall accumulations out of this, honestly, we potentially could see some accumulations out of it. For the most areas here, maybe around 3 to 5 inches. We take a look here at the models real quick here. Regarding the blend of models, kind of showing anywhere from 3 to 5 inches across portions here of northern Iowa into portions of southern Wisconsin. So now, Lillian, for you can probably expect anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch of snow being possible here, according to some of these models. The GFS model, on the other hand, this one's a little bit more aggressive, as you can actually kind of see anywhere from mostly 3 to 6 inches with locally higher amounts being possible. Honestly, even 4 to 8 would be more of a realistic standpoint there. But once again, the heavy snow is expected across northern portions of Iowa and the portions of southern Minnesota and southern portion of Wisconsin. So that's something to watch out here for. Now, regarding further to the west, regarding that active snowfall, if we take a look here at the north central United States, you can actually see portions in the south, towards like northern Nebraska is going to be seeing, obviously, some snowfall. Not as crazy amounts is expected, compared to those areas here in the way, but that is what we are looking at there. But anyways, that is indeed what we are seeing here, my friends. Now, in regarding to the European model, just to get a few opinions out of here, in regarding to this upcoming snowfall, just from this little system that's moving through today, honestly, even the the European model is supporting potentially anywhere from 4 to 8 inches. Honestly, I'd say more 3 to 6, kind of more on that end for portions of southern Wisconsin and portions of northeastern, Iowa. So in regarding to what all these models are talking about, in regarding to what we're seeing here, for the most part, we can probably expect anywhere from 3 to 5 inches across portions of northern Illinois and portions here of southern Wisconsin. Obviously, northern portions here of Iowa as well. Kind of on a standpoint of what the what the National Weather Service blend of models had to say. And speaking of, on the forecast terms regarding the 48-hour snowfall, this is actually the official forecast here from the way. We take a look at this. This is the official forecast for these areas. We are literally talking 3 to 5 inches for a lot of grounds here in portions of southern Minnesota, a lot of portions here in southern Wisconsin, and portions here in northern Iowa here. Some of those areas potentially getting up to 3 to 6 inches here. So let's see, Lillian with another super chat. Thank you so much there, Lillian. Big shout out goes to you. Let's go see. We have gone a long time without snow. It's about time. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Like I said, for Wausau, Wisconsin, it's possible. I mean, even the National Weather Service forecast has about a ½ inch to an inch being possible. So we'll definitely see how that does go there. Anyways, let's go and see. Proxy says, I'm good. Okay, that's good. I had a successful surgery. Well, that's good. I'm healing fine and will be going home tomorrow. Thanks for the concern. Absolutely, Proxy. Yeah, I was a little concerned about that. But obviously, hope things go good for you. Hopefully, things continue to go good for you. Definitely glad to hear that you are doing okay. Yeah, it was a little bit concerning there at one point. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And regarding the snow here, there's actually a little bit of ice accumulation being possible too, up to a light glaze in portions of eastern Nebraska and portions here in northern Iowa. It's possible. We actually could get maybe a little bit of ice out of it. But for the most part, like I said, obviously, for the most part, it is going to be more of that snowfall. Except this is the current part of the system right now. Currently, the snow is falling across portions of northeastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, northwestern portions of Iowa, with a low pressure system that is moving through. And like I said, if we take this here actually in the future by taking a look at the future models with this in particular system, we're actually going to track that here right now. You're actually going to notice here, let's go ahead and switch on over here to the main screen. Times on the left-hand corner, top left, if you guys want to follow along with that. This is the NAM 3-kilometer model, but you can see this little low-pressure system spinning counterclockwise, really delivering potentially some heavy snow bands. It's honestly kind of showing we could see some very heavy snow bands across portions of northeastern Iowa and the portions of southwestern Wisconsin, kind of here for tomorrow morning, kind of around the sunrise, kind of around 8 o'clock or so, a little bit after sunrise for the most part. So obviously heavy snow bands will be possible across these regions as this thing just kind of fizzles out here for pretty much tomorrow towards midnight, or this will be for the 10th. So kind of for midnight on the 10th, obviously that's kind of whenever this thing's expected to kind of die out here. So in regarding to what's expected, you just have this little system driving through. And like I said, in regarding to those accumulations out of the models and stuff, or out of the official forecast and everything like that, which if we take a look at that here right now, like I said, the snowfall totals is going to be at its highest, kind of across portions of pretty much north central Iowa here in the portions of south central, or pretty much southern portions here, very far south portions of Minnesota, and southern and central portions here of Wisconsin. So that's kind of where the heaviest snow is expected with this first little system. So that's just a little bit of an update talking about what is going on here, just to give you guys a little bit of word. Now, so guys, we're going to move on into now what's coming up here in the future. Like I said, there's a pretty big system that's heading its way across the country. We're going to have to watch out for this guy very closely. Let's go ahead and switch this view up here to the United States view. So as we track our way down here in time, you're going to notice on the western coast of the United States, there's this big old ball of moisture that starts pulling its way across portions of the way. You can actually see, this is what we call a big trough. This is basically a big dip in the jet stream, a very big dip. So the jet stream flows something like this. So obviously in this case, it'll be flowing down very deep like that. Low pressure system moving into the United States. So that's going to be the main concern regarding severe weather across portions of the south, and obviously the heavy winter weather across portions here of the north. Like I said, there's really two sides of the storm here, and this is going to unfold here to be pretty interesting in regarding the things. Now, let's go ahead and switch on over here to the models. Taking a look here, first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at the severe weather, and then we'll dive into the snowfall here. Just first off, I want to go ahead and take a look at the GFS model regarding any new information coming here from the southeastern United States. So as we track our way down here in time, like I said, it's really Monday when we're going to start to see this little line move through. You can see this big old line here. This is that cold front that's expected to move over here, starting to happen here on Monday, kind of Monday evening across portions of northeastern Texas. That's whenever the storms are going to start firing off, or they're supposed to. But anyways, in regarding to things, if you take a look here at the overall energy that's in the atmosphere, we have plenty of energy that's in effect here, really across portions here of Texas for like the late portion of Tuesday. Like I said, values of 500 and higher is where you want to look for. I'm not telling you exactly what it means. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out some videos on it. But we're looking for values over 500, and we have it over 1,000. That's showing us that there's plenty of fuel in our gas tank to allow for these storms to really far off here for the most part, so that's something we got to really keep an eye out here for. But anyways, that is indeed what we are actually seeing. So tons and tons of energy is in the atmosphere. Now we take a look at the lower portions of the winds. We take a look here at the winds towards the surface here. I mean, seriously, look at this. Very, very strong winds pulling up to the north, bringing in a lot of warm air from the Gulf of Mexico, pulling it inland, really increasing that humidity. Obviously, the overall moisture content in the atmosphere will be increased because of all this warm air pushing inland from those lower winds. And as you go up in the atmosphere, so as we're taking a look here at the lower portion, as you go up and towards like the mid-levels of the atmosphere, the winds actually change directions from the north to the northeast, as you can actually see. So there is a bit of wind directional change as you go up in the atmosphere, and this will create spin out of some of the thunderstorms that try to form here. Like I said, obviously, with that being said, spin can create supercells, which is just basically rotating thunderstorms, which ultimately could have tornadoes being a concern here. So based off of the wind profile, based off of the overall energy in the atmosphere, those two combinations will be persistent and available for potential tornadic activity regarding those storms across the southeast. Now, regarding the moisture, like I said, we typically look at the moisture here in dew points, and what I was explaining to you guys is that a lot of warm moisture is moving in, and we can really see that in the dew points. Like I said, you're really looking for those dew points in the 60s and 70s, and we just have that. I mean, we're seriously talking the mid-60s, which is perfect amounts of moisture here at the surface, which will allow for those thunderstorms to really get cranking and allow for potential tornadic activity here towards the surface. So that's something we got to really watch out for. So everything, as we've seen so far, will be in effect here. We have our moisture at the surface, we have our strong winds at the lower portion pushing north, at the mid-levels of the atmosphere pushing northeast. We have our overall energy, basically our fuel. Think of it as a car and a gas tank. I mean, if you have a car, it doesn't have fuel, you're not going to go anywhere. And in this case, we have enough fuel in our gas tank to get places. So that's kind of what we're looking at here right now. So everything will be in line for severe weather across portions of the south. Now, something I'm going to go ahead and take a look here is the Storm Prediction Center really quickly. Let's go ahead and set this up here. That's not it. We're actually going to take a look at this here right now, taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center here over the next little bit. So here is the current outlook for today. We just have ourselves a little thunderstorm threat across portions of these regions here in the south. Nothing severe is expected here for tomorrow, 2 other areas. Moving into Saturday, also 2 other areas as well. But watch what happens when we move into day 5. So this is once we move into Monday, to begin the next week. We have ourselves a risk here for severe thunderstorms is going to be possible. Like I said, obviously we are indeed seeing the potential of some strong to severe storms across portions here of Oklahoma, northern portions or northeastern portions of Texas, something we got to watch out here for. Like I was saying, we definitely, like I said, obviously that is kind of what we are talking about. So the Storm Prediction Center already has that risk out there for severe storms here for Monday. But things are going to get worse. As we move into Tuesday, we actually have the maximum upgrade here as of how far we are out right now. You can see there's a big 30% risk here across portions of northern Louisiana and portions of southern Arkansas. That right there is the highest percentile over the next several days. This is in the long range, and we have maximized that. So obviously here for Tuesday, the severe weather is expected to really grow in regarding to north and south. So areas here in southern Missouri, the entirety of Arkansas, eastern portions of Oklahoma, eastern Texas, portions of central and western Mississippi, western Tennessee, and portions all of Louisiana is seriously going to be in the risk here for potential severe weather. And like I said, across the orange there, that's kind of an extra area of watch that we need to keep an eye out here for, because that's obviously telling us that we are indeed seeing even a higher percentage of seeing or showing a higher percentage of seeing some nasty severe weather here. Let's see here. Ben Taylor's Weather Channel has became a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Category 1 hurricane. Thank you for that. Really appreciated. Got to be a member for 2 months. Thanks for forecasting any storms on Wednesday. Next week on the 14th. It's going to see you for the Lansing, Michigan area. So Michigan, you are actually lucky enough to where you're not expected to see any severe weather here. And like I said, I mean, even in the latest models, there's actually been a little bit of talk about maybe even some snow across some of those ways. I mean, if we take a look here at the overall precipitation type here, this is the GFS model really showing the system. So overall, we have this big trough coming in here. A lot of moisture is going to be pulled in with this as well. And once this low pressure system, you can see right here, exits the Rockies here, this is going to really start to pull up those really strong winds across the towards the Gulf region. And once that happens, a lot of moisture is going to be pushed inland, and that's going to really crank the system and actually cause it to strengthen quite a bit, as you can see. But like I said, for areas of Michigan, there's even a potential that we could see a little bit of snow here, kind of showing for Thursday the 15th. Now, it's still a little bit of ways out there, but honestly, it's definitely a possibility here, since you are far enough north to where the low pressure system will remain well to your south. So with that being said, regarding severe weather is not expected across portions of Michigan here, so you should be relatively all right no matter where you're at in the state of Michigan. Anyways, but that is indeed what we are talking about. That is indeed what we are seeing here. Listen, see, Proxy says I have to go. Hope to see everyone in the new stream. Have a fun stream and restful and safe night. You as well, Proxy. So, guys, I'm actually not going to be able to stream here for the next 2 nights, unfortunately, because I'm actually going over to my girlfriend's house. So I'm not going to be able to really do much. Whenever I come back on Sunday, the night before this, we're going to do another update. So, Proxy, it'll be probably Sunday night whenever I can do my next live stream here. So this is going to be the last one here for a little bit. But anyways, Proxy, I hope everything goes okay with you, and thank you so much for joining us. Definitely greatly appreciated. But that is indeed what we are seeing here. So once again, across portions of the way, we are really seeing some nasty potential here regarding heavy snowfall. And now, guys, regarding the accumulations out of this, like I said, we are in line for some pretty nasty amounts of accumulation out of this storm. Like I said, seriously, we could potentially see anywhere from 2 to more feet being possible. There's still a lot of things that need ironed out here for the most part. There's a lot of models that are disagreeing as of now, but there is some that are also agreeing as well. Now, if we take a look here across portions of the country, we're going to pull up the north-central United States here, taking a look here at the overall the snowfall forecast here. So first up, we're taking a look at the GFS model. Now, you can really see how a lot of these regions, I mean, really across portions of North and South Dakota, we are easily breaking into the foot boundaries. And once like I said, the foot boundary being right there where the kind of that maroon shaded color is located. So these are the regions where we could be seeing over 8 foot of snow, according to the GFS model for the most part. You can see it also goes into Minnesota, but that's also with addition to that system that's happening now for the most part. But still, you guys could still see above 8 foot of snow for areas here in central and southern portions of Minnesota. But anyways, regarding this, the heaviest accumulations is forecasted across portions of North and South Dakota. At most, we're potentially seeing anywhere from up to 36 inches being possible here, according to GFS, in portions of eastern portions here of North Dakota. But like I said, this is definitely going to change, so don't take this to be your actual accumulation forecast. Just getting an idea here for the most part. Definitely is getting an idea. Lillian, I remember, Lillian, you're right here in Wausau, Wisconsin. You, my friend, are in line for potentially up to near 1.5 feet. Could be possible. But that's according to one model, so we're going to have to shift things over here to the European model. So, anyways, but that's according to that model. Now, next up, we have our European model. Now, this one is also actually quite aggressive. Let's go ahead and actually drop down a run here. Yeah, seriously, this is actually pretty nuts here. You can actually see here, not as crazy as what the GFS was showing us, but obviously there is still some very heavy accumulation with well over a foot being possible across portions here of North and South Dakota. So obviously the pinpointed location between the two models is North and South Dakota, where the heaviest snowfall is expected. But like I said, well over a foot across those maroon, red shaded colors there, and even those areas here in the orange, potentially seeing up to near 2+ feet, honestly, maybe even near 2 to 3 feet could be possible. Honestly, local, as of now, what I'm seeing here, not saying that this area will specifically see that much, but basically what we're seeing here is tons of snowfall, well over a foot for portions of North and South Dakota, with some localized areas getting some very, very heavy amounts of snowfall, and potentially well over 2 feet being possible. So just keep that in mind. Now, the next model we have here is the GDPS model. This is our Canadian model. Obviously, the Canadians are pretty used to snow for the most part. But obviously, yeah, even this model is showing some very heavy snow across portions of eastern South Dakota for the most part. Potentially well over 2 feet there. And potentially sometimes maybe even near 3 feet in some areas. But like I said, 3 feet's kind of pushing it. I'm not going to go that far by saying 3 feet. But I'm going to say potentially just pushing over 2 feet. Theoretically is still on the table. It still could be a possibility. So obviously, with that being said, we could see some very nasty amounts of accumulation here. Like I said, it's best of both worlds. We literally have the nastiness of the severe weather across the south. Everything's in line. We have the moisture, we have the energy, we have the winds. Everything is in line there, and of course we have the snow across the north. We got to really thank the Gulf of Mexico for all this moisture because, like I said, once this low pressure system actually moves its way here inland, as you can see, this big old trough, this big old low pressure system, and you can really see once it exits, that's where the center is at right there, the low pressure system. Once this moves its way here more to the east, you can actually see just how much more darker those colors get. And that's because there's a lot more moisture being drawn up here from the Gulf of Mexico and actually feeding into the system here. Like I said, obviously warm air is pulling up and cold air is actually backing from the backside from the north because these things spin counterclockwise, basically just mixing up the entirety of the atmosphere. But anyway, so that moisture that's going to be pulled up from the Gulf of Mexico will be cooled down to enough to allow for snow to fall across portions of the north, and like I said, we honestly could potentially see some nasty snowfall totals once again across those way. But like I was saying, really North and South Dakota, those are kind of the bullseye zones as of right now. Really something we got to watch out for. Seriously, things are looking a little bit interesting. Really interesting here. Let's see, how is Texas? So Texas has got to watch out for severe weather. If you're on the northeastern side here of Texas, keep an eye out for severe weather. I'll go ahead and show you guys exactly where we're talking about. If we take a look here at the Storm Prediction Center, really the eastern side here, and pretty much the north and northeastern side here, honestly, I'd even say, like if we mix both of those day outlooks here, you can kind of see right around the northeastern quadrant of Texas, including the Dallas area, should indeed watch out for the severe weather potential. As you can actually see how both of those both of those days there for portions of late Monday and late Tuesday does have that risk for severe storms across the way. So this is going to be a pretty slow-moving system because this is going to last several days. Like I said, this low-pressure system is actually expected to potentially stall out across the north, which obviously could slow down that forward-moving speed of these storms, which could obviously be more bad in terms of flooding. Even though, like I said, there could be some flooding concerns based off of how slow the system potentially could be moving, which we'll definitely continue to watch this. We'll definitely see it. But like I said, Monday night, Tuesday night, and through Wednesday, we have the risk here for potential severe storms. As of now, for Wednesday, there's nothing on the table, but when I was looking at the models earlier, there is plenty more than enough support for potential severe weather. It's just so far out that they still haven't put anything out there. You can still see it. It didn't say potential too low. It says predictability too low at this moment. We really can't say much more about Wednesday. We really just got to get through Monday first, which is still pretty daggone far away here, so we'll just keep an eye on it. But that is indeed what we are talking about here. Like I said, we have a pretty big risk here for Tuesday across portions of the southern plains, obviously moving into portions of the southeast, obviously for the southeastern United States. Like I said, we have two risks. We actually have a pretty decent risk across portions of Louisiana and portions of southern Arkansas, actually as of now maximized. So we're talking a potential severe weather outbreak here for Tuesday. Got to really watch out for it very closely. Anyways, but that's what's going on there, my friends. That's indeed what we are talking about. If I actually go ahead and pull up the, like I said, if we take a look here back at the radar view really quickly. Like I said, we do have this little clipper system that is currently moving through across portions of the way. Like I said, obviously Nebraska and the portions here of, southern portions of South Dakota. Now, obviously, this will be moving its way here to the east, eventually moving in towards places like Wisconsin and those surrounding areas, which is something we definitely do got to keep an eye out here for. Now, something I do want to go ahead and show you guys is actually the satellite view. We actually took a look at this here yesterday, And what's pretty crazy is that we are actually starting to see the beginning signs of the system actually starting to show up here on the satellite view. So if we go ahead and switch on back here to the satellite view, you can actually see, if I actually pull this out for you, you can actually see how this air is pushing down south. So what this is that's the trough I was talking to you guys about. That's that big dip in the jet stream that is getting ready to cross its way here into the country and track its way here to the east. And like I said, obviously that's what's going on. We have this little low pressure system, just a little spin up here is bringing a little bit of snow across portions of the Midwest. But this is the big one. This is the really big one that's getting ready to impact across the way. So we got to really be watching out for that. Like I said, my friends here in the south, I mean, you guys are really going to be watching out for severe weather here. And obviously, you guys in the north are really going to be watching out for winter weather. I mean, there's really best of both worlds there, as I mentioned before. I mean, both things are going to be happening simultaneously. Like I said, heavy snow and severe weather will be happening at the same time from this system. So this, honestly, could potentially be historic. We'll see how this plays out here. As of now, in the forecast models, it's pointing towards a pretty historic event here. And it's honestly a little concerning because this is kind of some similar things of what's happened last year. But let's hope that that's not the case. Let's hope the models start to die down a bit, but I don't see that happening right now. So really got to be preparing for this. Anyways, but that is indeed what we are looking at here. Zebra Paint says, I'm at 5602. I already have a hazardous weather outlook for next week and the weather advisory for tonight. Well, please stay safe there, Zebra Paint. Let's see here. Brandy says, what do I need to prepare for 63116? So 63116 is across portions of St. Louis. So honestly, St. Louis regions, as of now, you guys are actually not really at risk for anything. You are going to get that cold front that's going to move through there for the most part. So obviously, we got to watch out for it. Now, it's possible those thunderstorms could shift up here towards St. Louis down in that time. But for the most part, as of right now, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's nothing really to be concerned about right now. If we take a look here back at the models, a lot of that energy barely not even really makes it up towards portions of, St. Louis. As you can actually see, that's really the end right there. That's kind of the end of that, instability, the available energy that's there. Really doesn't reach its way up there into portions here of, St. Louis region. So as of now, you're looking pretty good, and you're also far enough south to where snow is not really a concern either. So you're kind of in that neutral activity zone. You're going to get some rain out of it, absolutely. Yeah, you can kind of see how you're expecting to potentially get some heavy rain out of it, but nothing more than that. I mean, it's honestly just going to potentially just be constant rain for several hours, and it could lead to some accumulations here. But that is indeed what we're looking at there. Let's see here. Sewing says... here, 74631. So 74631. This is across portions here of Oklahoma. So you want to know, are we in the fire Monday? So yeah, that's across portions of northern Oklahoma. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's very much unknown at this point here, honestly, for you. I'm going to go ahead and say, as of right now, probably not. As mentioned before here, we take a look here at the instability. Now, this is a little bit different for you because it does show a little bit of energy being persistent across the way, which potentially could, fire off some thunderstorms if all is in place. I'm going to go ahead and say it's possible. We could see some thunderstorms, potentially maybe even a stray severe thunderstorm is possible for your location here, that being actually for Tuesday rather than Monday. For Monday, I'm going to go ahead and have to say no, but for Tuesday, I'm going to have to say kind of around the afternoon hours is possible. So just get back to me on that there. Anyways, let's see here. Rain says, sorry, it's a repeat of last year. It's kind of what it's pointing towards, unfortunately. Let's hope it's not, though. Okay, T says, historic snowstorm possible, historic severe weather unlikely as of now. We really can't go that far by saying that, but we'll see how things go. Let's see here. Okay, T says, I'm surprised the models aren't overplaying the Cape and thermos. The thermodynamics, almost always when we get to those events here. Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see. I mean, obviously, once we start getting those mid-range models coming in, the short-range models, we'll get a better idea of what's going on there. But once that happens, we'll definitely do more updates on it for you guys. By Sunday, on our next live stream on Sunday, we're going to have a much better idea of what we can expect here. Let's see, Brandy says, thank you, sir. You're very welcome, Brandy. And if there's anything I can do for y'all, please let me know. Like I said, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, my friends. It'd be greatly appreciated. Y'all absolutely rock. You guys absolutely rock. And like I said, if there's a specific location that you're worried about, feel free to tag down a zip code because that's what we do on the channel. So if there's a zip code that you're a little concerned about, now say, if you're, like you're in Oregon, if you're in Oregon or like I said, those areas we're not really talking about, it's mostly these regions that we're kind of talking about. And if you're not really from these locations, I'm going to ask, well, I should probably show you guys first. But if I'm, like I said, if I'm actually, these regions here, if you're not across those areas, then I'd recommend not putting your zip code there. But if you are across some of these regions here, it would be recommended just to check on if you are curious about it. Because like I said, we're here for you. But taking a look here at the future radar and regarding the things, we're actually going to play this here over the next few days. So obviously time's in the top left if you guys want to follow along. Like I said, there's really two things that's going on here right now. First of all, we have a little bit of a snow system that's actually kicking off across portions here of the central country. The low pressure system located over Nebraska right now is tracking its way here to the east. And as you can actually see here, we are going to see some snow carry with it. And as we just now looked here, actually back on the radar view, this is current view right now. We are indeed seeing, some heavy snow across portions of northeastern Nebraska, southeastern South Dakota, portions here of northwestern Iowa here as well. So that's something we got to watch out for. Is heavy snowfall. Like I said, potentially as of now, what the forecast is showing us is potentially anywhere from 3 to 5 inches. Some areas could actually exceed that. If we take a look at the forecast that I was talking about here, you can see this big old streak here. This is actually from that storm that's moving through right now. And pretty much in these regions here where you see that dark blue and more inland, those are the regions kind of where we are expecting anywhere from 3 to 5 inches for the most part. But as you can see here, according to the official National Weather Service forecast here in northern portions here of Iowa, we actually do have those accumulations potentially up to 3 to 6 inches. So honestly, we could have a little bit higher accumulations across portions of north central Iowa. As of now, seems to be the target point for the heaviest snowfall out of this system. But we'll just see how that goes. Because like I said, once we move into tomorrow, we're going to start to see some pretty heavy snow bands actually across portions here between Wisconsin and portions of Iowa. So we're going to have to watch out for that here. Let's see here. I got a question coming in here from Mark saying Oak Hill, West Virginia, loves NWW16. Well, thank you so much there, Mark. Really appreciate it. And once again, my friends, if there's anything we can do for you, please let us know. We're going to be here for you guys. Make sure you all stay prepared. Make sure you guys are staying safe here. Anyways, moving on back here to the models regarding this snow system. Like I said, we have two systems going on. Obviously, first we have this little screech, this little clipper system moving through for the most part. But now we need to take a look here once again at the accumulations. Now, this is obviously not set in stone yet. This still has some things we have to get through. But regardless, if we take a look here at what the model is showing us, I mean, GFS is going whack. Seriously going absolutely crazy. Absolute haywire. I mean, we're literally talking. So across these regions where we are seeing this maroon color really kind of start to show up, these are the regions where we are actually expecting potentially over a foot of snow. But like I said, obviously this is just a model, and like I said, this will likely change. And like I said, obviously you can't trust this to be exact because this is not the final output. But like I said, once you move into those orange areas, that's kind of where the 2+ feet kind of comes in there, which is really kind of nasty. Like I said, some of these areas are actually showing up to 36 inches. The max we're seeing here is 3 feet. According to GFS, across portions here of eastern, according to here, portions of eastern North Dakota, which is really interesting here. So we're going to really have to watch out for this here very, very close. But that is indeed what we are talking about. Now, if we go ahead and switch on back here to the European model, regardless of things, this model is not as aggressive as GFS, but it obviously is still well showing over a foot of snow across a lot of these grounds here. Like I said, especially areas here towards the Dakotas. Like I said, as of now, that does kind of seem to be the target location. That does kind of seem to be the bullseye for the heaviest snowfall. Will be across portions of North and South Dakota. So we're going to definitely have to watch out for that there. Let's see, Dilly Boy says, I'm nervous for Monday/Tuesday. Wonder how the risk will be updated as we get closer. Yeah, it honestly is a little bit concerning here. Like I said, the current risk that we have out here from the Storm Prediction Center is actually pretty concerning already. Here for Monday, we have a 15% risk here, which, I mean, at all going out here to day 5. The fact that they actually pulled this out day 5 is showing that there's a lot of support here. But we are indeed seeing that 15% risk across northeastern Texas, a lot of central and basically eastern portions of Oklahoma, and portions here of western Arkansas. But like I said, Tuesday is a little worse, actually quite nasty here. But anyways, but like I said, obviously we're seeing eastern Texas still, eastern Oklahoma, but now the entirety of Arkansas, the entirety pretty much of Louisiana, a lot of Mississippi, central western side, southern portions of Missouri. So obviously those regions there. And then on top of that, we actually have a second shade, obviously 30% showing an even higher probability of seeing severe storms. So with that being said, that's pretty daggone interesting. And that's already an enhanced risk, which that's a level 3 out of 5. And that's actually 6 days out, which is pretty interesting. But we'll see how things go here. Let's see, first day 6 out, or first day 6, 30% risk in December ever, I believe. I don't know. I actually could not tell you that. Let's see, K-Day says, hello, I just got here. Has Andrew covered anything on northern Indiana? Not really, but like I said, if we take a look here regarding Indiana, with the severe weather, that's simply not expected. Now, and regarding the snowfall, that's a pretty good question. Now, according to the blend of models, we're just going to briefly look at the blend here just to get an idea to see if those areas is expected to see some. We'll just go ahead and switch on over here across portions of northern Indiana. This is the blend of models. Now, first of all, we have this little clipper system moving through right now, as mentioned before here. If we take a look here at the current radar view, you can actually see it kicking off right now. This could deliver a little bit of snowfall for extreme northern Indiana, but honestly, I would not really expect too much out of it. Really less than an inch for most of those areas that is possibly going to see some snow. But in regarding to that upcoming system afterwards, I mean, honestly, it's honestly possible, but honestly, I'd say it's more unlikely to see any snow. That snow line is mostly going to be well to your north. It's most of those areas in North South Dakota, Minnesota, and portions of Wisconsin. But for you specifically there, my friend, really not expected to see anything for you. It's going to be mostly just rainy for the most part, because you are probably going to get some rain out of this, but nothing severe, nothing on the severe weather side, thunderstorms, or nothing winter weather. So that's kind of expected here. But anyways, let's see here. Lizbeth says, when is the snowfall supposed to happen? So this snow is actually it's forecasted to start happening here. If I take a look here back in my other model here. The snow, according to GFS, is going to really, it's obviously getting ready to start happening. But if you're talking like central United States, kind of forecasted to start happening here for late Monday. But it's not going to really start until like I'd say morning Tuesday. That's kind of when the heavy snow is going to happen. I mean, you can really just see that. I mean, this is a pretty daggone nasty system. Like I said, we have the low stationed across Nebraska, a lot of warm air pulling up from the Gulf of Mexico, cooling down as it reaches northern America here. And obviously, that colder air from the north brought down from Canada will be mixing in with this as well, overall cooling the temperatures. And actually, speaking of, I do want to show you guys this. I was actually taking a look at this earlier. Look how potentially cold these temperatures could get down next week. Look at this. Potentially in the negative 30s is possible across portions here of eastern Montana. Across the central country, I mean, seriously, the freezing point will be likely stretching all the way down to Nebraska, possibly, I should say, which is pretty daggone nuts here for the most part. The European model, not as crazy, obviously, for the most part. That's what I'm saying. It's just something we just need to watch for. But regardless, I mean, serious, a big cold blast is going to be a big result of this system moving through. So it's not just the thunderstorms, it's not just the tornadoes, the damaging winds, the hail, not just the winter weather with the heavy accumulations of multiple feet being possible, but it's also the very large, very, very cold blast of air that's expected to potentially drive its way down in the country as well. That's honestly kind of a concern in itself, so we're going to have to watch out for that here. Anyways, let's go ahead and see here. K-Day says, I'm very north Indiana, and thank you. You're very welcome. Let's go see. I want snow for Christmas. Now, there is a few people that are doing Christmas forecasts, but I'm going to say I'm voting heavily against it. I said this in my last live stream. If you hear any winter or any snowfall forecast for Christmas, don't watch them. They are seriously pretty much a scam. Because here's an example. The major models we look at here to determine which areas are going to see snow doesn't even reach out to Christmas. As you can actually see here, maximum is actually just Christmas Eve on the latest run. And we all know that you cannot trust the models on the very far run here. Like I said, obviously, I really don't like trusting a week out, hardly. And Christmas is still about 2 weeks out. So obviously, with this being said, anything on which areas could see snowfall We don't know. We do not know. There's a few channels that have done some Christmas snowfall forecast. Don't trust them. I have to say it straight up. Don't trust them because they are very far-fetched. And they are just a very wild guess just for views. Just like I said, it's a thing. And it's pretty crazy how, a lot of people actually, go for it and stuff. Like I said, I want you guys to have the most reliable, accurate data as possible. And like I said, if you see anything talking about Christmas and regarding to, as of right now, the accumulations of snowfall, where we'll see snow, don't trust them. Seriously. It is pretty crazy. Let's see. Katie says I don't watch them. Yeah, there's a lot of channels that have been doing that, and that's another. We have it, and we're not until like the week of Christmas because of that exact reason. Once again, the major models aren't even reaching out that far there. But anyways, yeah. So that's that. I just want to go ahead and make that little little mark there just to tell you. Let's see. OKT Weather says I'm in a slight risk for Monday. Well, obviously, please stay safe there, OKT. And like I said, if there's anything I can do for y'all, please let me know. Like I said, if you have any questions for a specific area, let me know. If there's a region that you want me to take a look at briefly, like I said, obviously let us know. Let's see here. Sorry, I just joined the stream. No problem. How's Minnesota looking? So obviously, with that being said, Minnesota has got to watch out here. Like I said, obviously we have got to watch out, for heavy snowfall. Like I said, obviously as we track our way down here in time, on kind of the average of models for right now towards like Minnesota, this is still likely going to change, but we're potentially seeing well over a foot across some of these regions here. This is the blend of models. Anywhere you see the beginning of this maroon red shaded color, that's where we are expecting over a foot of snow to be possible. Once again, this is the blend of models, basically just grabs a whole bunch of models and blends out their outputs together for the most part. Is this accurate? At this point, probably not very accurate. But it's giving us keys. It's giving us ideas of what we potentially could see. But regardless, yeah, a lot of snow is going to be forecasted for Minnesota. No matter where you're at, you're going to see some snow out of the system. Absolutely. Let's go see. I'm kind of in the middle of Minnesota. Yeah, that's kind of where the heaviest is expected. Kind of that north-central portion up here. As you can see there, that's kind of where we are possibly going to break the foot margin, but we'll see how that goes. Definitely is still, pretty crazy. Let's see, when is this meant to hit? So this is really going to start to impact portions like towards you. Honestly, kind of towards like, for Minnesota here. Really not starting to happen until pretty much, really starting to move into western Minnesota, kind of showing here for like late Tuesday. It's kind of looking like late Tuesday, early Wednesday. Whatever you're going to start to get your snow. As of now, that's the idea as of now. Better yet, I should probably switch up a little north here. Sorry about that, but you can actually see here, yeah, the snow really kind of starts according to GFS. This is just an idea, by the way. No model is perfect, but I'm just saying it's kind of looking like, according to the timing, late Tuesday, early Wednesday. It's kind of when that's going to really happen. Seriously, this is going to be a very large amount of snowfall, which is going to be pretty crazy. Let's see here. I'm thinking the slight risk for Monday will expand northward. It depends on how far north or how much instability is in the atmosphere and how far north that goes. We'll see. Let's see here. What about western Kentucky? Does it look like it's going to shift further north and have severe storms again? I hope we don't have another big tornado like we did last year. Yeah, absolutely. So for you, my friend, regarding things, I'm going to say severe weather is not out of the picture. Like I said, if we take a look here, the cold front's definitely hitting you. Regardless, it's going to be sweeping across the entire nation. But for portions of western Kentucky, it depends on how far you are north. Last year we had the incident with Mayfield and stuff. For that side of Kentucky, on the far western side, really southwestern side there, I'd say that it's still a possibility we could see maybe a little bit of stormage. We take a look here at the models, though, for the most part. A lot of the energy just doesn't reach up to Kentucky yet. But just know that could change. But as of now, I don't see a big concern for Kentucky. For the most part, it just looks to be mostly just rain for you. In portions of Kentucky. It's more for those areas more further south, obviously for areas like, as mentioned before, like Texas, Oklahoma, portions of southern southern Missouri there, and tracking over kind of around these regions. And then, like I said, with the snow, that's kind of cutting off. That's actually a little too generous there. The snow kind of around these regions here. for the most part. So you should be good. Let's see, 45 minutes from Mayfield. So yeah, you're kind of, you have to be somewhere around in here. And as we can take a look here, between most of the models, the energy just does not reach its way up that far north. Now, will it be warm? Yeah, actually. It's probably going to be pretty warm that day. We could see the temperatures actually in the mid to upper 50s, maybe even in the 60s, which is warm for this time of the year, I should say. But we'll just wait till this cold front moves through. Then we potentially could get a pretty nasty chill later on down in time here. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on here. Let's see here. Hi, NW916 says Blondie, mods in chat. Let's go see here. YouTube did not notify me. No problem. Let's see. OKT says, anyways, good night. See you in the next stream, guys. Got to go to bed now. Bye. We'll see you later. OKT, thank you so much for joining us. But like I said, my friends, if you got any questions, make sure you let us know. We're going to be here for you guys. We're going to make sure you guys have the latest information. If there's a zip code or specific location, I can look, tag it down if you're concerned about it, and let us know here. Let's see, I know that Beast that hit in Mayfield started in Arkansas. Yeah, it did actually. I remember that. We were actually live during that, which is pretty crazy. Let's see here. Melanie, or my mom says hi. What's up, Mom? Hope you're doing good. But anyways, like I said, I mean, yeah, we're seriously in store for some pretty interesting activity here. And like I said, I mean, seriously, things are looking a little bit concerning. I'm not going to lie. If there's a specific thing you guys want to talk about, like I said, guys, right now, let me know what you guys want to look at. Because like I said, we can hop between a lot of things. You want to look at the models regarding, winter weather, snow. You want to look at the models regarding severe weather. You want to look at the models regarding the temperature. Guys, you can request anything you'd like, and I would look at it for you guys. Like I said, I'm that concerned about you guys' safety. Like I said, I'm not trying to obviously, I'm obviously not trying to literally, or I'm not trying to scare you guys by any means, but like I said, I'm trying to help you guys out here. Am I going to be live Monday? Probably not for the main event, though, but I'll probably be live Monday night to give you guys information for Tuesday. Let's see here. Blondie12303. It's going to take a look here real quickly. I remember that zip code. 12303. I told you this is the one that's easy to remember. So this is actually New York. So for the most part, in New York, this was right here towards Albany. And regarding to the snowfall here, like I said, you're just kind of in that zone where the system is probably just going to mostly, honestly kind of fizzle out just right over you once it passes. It does look like you potentially could get some snow out of this, though, if I'd actually shift to the right view so you can see this. It's possible, but I would not heavily rely on it yet. Because, like I said, this is just kind of far-fetched here. This is pretty far out there. That line could easily shift more north or south, so we'll see. I'd say possible right now, but that's indeed what we're talking about. But anyways, like I said, guys, throw down a zip code if there's something that I can take a look at for you. Like I said, obviously, then we're going to look at that for you. And like I said, just please stay safe out there, and we'll definitely be here. Let's see. Bradwell says 47371 rainstorms or snow with this system. So in regarding to overall views, everything, but for you and 47371 across portions here, Portland, Indiana. We actually just talked about areas here in Indiana. For you, my friend, it's not going to be any winter weather for the most part. It's not expected to be. You can actually see here that a lot of heavy rain will be a big concern, but yeah, not even storm activity, no storm activity, or even snow is expected. It's just going to be normal flat-out rain for you. It shouldn't be anything more than that as of now. Let's see. Blondie says, thank you. You are very welcome. No problem. Absolutely. And like I said, if there's anything we can do for y'all, if y'all want to take a look at the models regarding snowfall, which we'll actually do that really quickly. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of snowfall out of this here. And Mom, since you're actually watching this, look at this part. This is actually pretty crazy. This is actually really kind of nuts here. So according to some of these models, like the GFS run, we have a new run actually coming out right now. It isn't finished yet. But regarding the snowfall, I mean, seriously, some of these areas could well oversee 2 feet of snow. Like I said, really these regions in that maroon color, these are kind of the areas where we are going to be seeing potentially over a foot of snow. According to the GFS model, a lot of other models do disagree with this, but this is showing well over a foot across the maroon and well over 2 feet across the orange. And look at this. We're actually seeing some of these regions, like I said, we are literally seeing some of these regions potentially get up near 3 foot of snow, according to this model. Now, the European model is not as aggressive in terms of that. If we take a look at this here, here for the last model that just went through, obviously it's not really showing as much activity up to near 2+ inches, or 2+ feet, I should say, but it is definitely still really showing some heavy snowfall, absolutely. Let's see here. Have I had my friends vote on the kitten name? Yes, and it looks like Stormy has won. It looks like Stormy won. Let's see. Dark wants me to take a look here at this zip code, which is 54956, 54956, across portions here of Wisconsin. Yeah, you're in a region we got to definitely watch out here for. So obviously, regarding snowfall, that's your main concern. Obviously, you don't got to worry about any severe weather. It's just simply not expected over there. But here towards Wisconsin, if we take a look here at the blend of models, as of now, just as an idea of what kind of snow we could talk about. First of all, for you, we're getting this snow system moving through. So you're actually supposed to get a little bit of snow here actually within the next 2 days. So watch out for that, as we are seeing this little clipper system moving through, which I can actually show you real quick right now. This little guy's moving through right now. So obviously where you're at here in portions of Wisconsin, definitely watch out for it, because you're going to get a little bit of snow out of this. I'd say potentially 1 to 3 inches for the most part is kind of what we're expecting out of that for you. So watch out for it. But anyways, back on the models though, as we track our way down here further in time, according to the blend of models, I mean, obviously, not too much more is in the forecast here as of now, but that could dramatically change here, in which seriously we got to really be watching out for this. Like I said, definitely does not kind of compare to those relations of some of those areas that potentially could see 2+ feet of snow, according to some of these model outputs here, such as GFS. I mean, like I said, things are forecasted to get potentially pretty nasty here, according to the latest runs and everything like that. So we're going to have to really be watching out for this here. Anyways. But that is indeed what we are seeing here. Let's see here. How's the weather in South Dakota? So this is in Chamberlain. So in portions of Chamberlain, obviously here towards in South Dakota, regardless of where you're at here in the state, we gotta really be watching out here for obviously the snowfall. Like I said, according to the models, the biggest zone, the heaviest impact zone of the snow will be across portions of North and South Dakota. So depending on where you're at here, you are potentially going to see a decent amount of snowfall. That was the GFS model we just looked at there. Here is the European model. So you should take a look here at the latest run, the latest far-fetched run, I should say. Obviously showing well over a foot of snow as well. Take a look here at the GDPS model. This is actually the Canadian model here. This one's actually showing us kind of a similar thing. Well over a foot, some areas well over 2 feet of snow. Which is pretty crazy. And obviously UK Met, this is the United Kingdom, or obviously the UK, or yeah, obviously, like the England, the European version, I should say, obviously showing pretty much the same thing, kind of really that heavy snow across South Dakota. So really going to be watching out for that there. Let's see here. TT Bloom says, thanks. You just answered my question about North Dakota snow. No problem. Let's see here. We got ourselves more questions coming through here. TRG says, quick question for you. Why don't I do videos? I usually do, but I'm in Florida right now. I'm not really able to make videos, where I'm at right now. Mostly just live streams, because during the daytime, for the most part, the house is occupied, and I really can't do that during the daytime. So I just do live streams so I can actually interact with you guys more. For good reasons like, zip codes and stuff like that. But anyways. But that is indeed what we're talking about. So once again, if there's anything you guys want to take a look at here, please let me know. We're going to take a look at things here. I'm actually going to switch on back here to the severe weather side of things. We're going to take a look at the southeastern United States. Taking a look here, if we take a look right at the instability, like I was telling you guys. So this is basically the energy that's going to be available in the atmosphere for thunderstorms to happen on Tuesday and Wednesday, even Monday as well. Really showing a lot of energy being possible here. This is the GFS model in regarding to what we're looking at here. Obviously, a lot of that thunderstorm fuel, basically the energy that's required for thunderstorms to kick off here, the most of it's kind of forecasted to be in eastern Texas, according to GFS. what that model has been representing here. But anyways, if we take a look here at where that overall energy is located, and we actually throw over the lower level winds here, you can see we have some pretty strong winds actually pulling up here to the north. Some very, very strong winds here from the Gulf of Mexico, really driving in a bunch of moisture, a bunch of warm air, and this is going to overall increase the humidity, increase the temperature, and overall increase the amount of moisture that is available for thunderstorms to fire off. But look at this. As we track our way up even higher in the atmosphere with the winds, you can see how the wind direction changes basically to the northeast. So there is a bit of wind directional change, which causes spin in the atmosphere if a thunderstorm decides it wants to kick off here, which could potentially throw us maybe even some rotating thunderstorms we call supercells, which obviously could throw out the possibility for some tornadoes. Now, with other things regarding that, let's say we take a look here back at the overall energy that's in the atmosphere here. Let's grab a quick little sounding here for the most part. Just to view it really quickly, like I said, I'm not expecting you guys to know exactly what this is talking about here. But anyways, we're looking at the sounding here, which you can actually see. There's a moderately dry atmosphere across those mid-levels. This is a pretty close sounding. I really wouldn't trust this one too much. A little bit contaminated, but still a very dry. I've seen this in multiple soundings here. A pretty dry atmosphere across the mid-levels could obviously deliver some hail potential here, and you can see that little bit of a hooking photograph there. That's obviously showing that wind directional change starting north as you're towards the ground, the wind's moving north, and as you go up in the atmosphere, they turn northeast. So obviously that is really representing that for the most part. So that's kind of the big concerning part there. So, and overall, a lot of energy that's going to be persistent there. And also, like I said, the moisture regarding those dew points here, like I said, those dew points have to be in the 60s and 70s. We are in the Goldilocks zone here showing the mid-60s, obviously being perfect conditions for a lot of moisture for thunderstorm activity and obviously all kinds of things like that here. Anyways, let's go ahead and see here. We have ourselves... more comments coming through here. Will Duluth, Minnesota be getting any time or any snow soon, says Terry. So regarding Duluth, Minnesota, I actually remember this is in the very far northeastern side here for the most part. But anyways, we're actually looking at this, and what's going on with this is the fact that we are seeing, like I said, the fact that we actually are starting to see the potential of some snow. It's definitely going to be possible. Let's actually go ahead and bring up the blend of models here really quickly for you regarding things. As of right now, like I said, we are possibly going to see a little bit of snow, maybe even actually up towards the Duluth region here. Honestly, I'd even say here by this weekend, honestly, for the most part. So watch out for that. But that is indeed what we're talking about. But yeah, with that upcoming system here that's expected in the further range for early next week, that's going to be the one that we need to watch out for. Let's see, my mom has became a member. Well, thank you so much for that, Mom. Really appreciate it. Let's see, are we supposed to get snow anytime soon? So for you here in Kentucky, I know exactly where you're at, obviously. So for you in the range, it does not appear anything. You see a little bit of accumulation here, but that's in the really far-fetched portion of the models. As of now, it does not look like it, but you are going to get some rain out of this upcoming system here. If we take a look here at the overall... the precipitation, the overall accumulation with rain, we're going to potentially be seeing a lot of rainfall. Like you kind of see here, some of these areas maybe up to 3 to 5 inches of rain. For you specifically, it kind of shows like 3 inches, but that's a little bit on the we'll see how it plays out type of thing. But that's the blend between the models. That's basically the models coming to agreement here. Let's see, so every year is different, my friends, so wait until January. We'll see. Honestly, I think it's going to be a pretty interesting winter this year. We'll definitely see how that does play out. Mom, thank you so much for that. Let's see here. Tanner says, can I look at born? Which state? I'm sure there's more than one born in the United States there. You've got to think, there's a lot of named cities in the U.S., and a lot of them repeat each other in different states here. See, I'm tired of rain. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I kind of am too. I would really love to have some snow, but I'm all the way down in Florida right now, so it's kind of a little bit impossible. It's not impossible, but it's very, very unlikely. Very unlikely. Let's see here. Can I take a look here at Bourne, Texas? Let's go and see. We'll take a look here down towards Texas. Let's see here. Just going to make sure I'm actually spelling this right here. So you spelled it B-O-E. There we go. Got it. Okay, cool. So you, my friend, you're just north of San Antonio. Let me actually double check on this because I think you actually have a risk here for severe weather. Yeah, it doesn't pop up there. it looks like, okay, so yeah, you're going to have to watch out for potential storms here on Monday. Watch out for them on Monday. But regardless, I don't think they're going to be as crazy for you. It's mostly the part of the states in northeastern Texas, like Dallas, and kind of pushing there towards Houston, that's going to see the worst of it. But it looks like you should be relatively in the okay portion. But like I said, obviously, that can still hop around. But keep it on it. Keep it on it. Let's see here. Can I do Sioux Falls to Cleveland, South Dakota road condition? Sure. So if I take a look here towards, obviously towards like Sioux Falls region, which I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. So Sioux Falls, I'm going to take a look here to Chamberlain, South Dakota. So that's obviously, I need to figure out where that's at. So Sioux Falls is here. Let's see here. Chamberlain. Let's actually make sure I'm actually spelling this right here. So how do you spell this one? So ChamberB. Yeah, I spelled it right. So here we go. So Chamberlain. Not really seeing much on it, but Sioux Falls, I mean, in this area, I should say, we are seeing some heavy snowfall, actually right now, which we're going to have to watch out for. Obviously, that's a concern. Now, obviously, we're going to have to watch out for that other system, too, that's forecasted to drive through for early next week. That's going to be pretty interesting there. Let's see, Tanner says, thank you. You are very welcome. Absolutely. But all right, well, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up here for now. I think we did a pretty good idea. I think we gave a pretty good understanding of what to expect here. It is now 11 o'clock. We've been live here for an hour. If there's any last requests from you guys, please let me know in the comments. If you guys would like to support our channel, take a look here in the description. We have our link there. If you guys, our donation link, if you guys would like to send us a few dollars to help go towards our equipment, help us do what we do here and allow us to keep on going, it'd be greatly appreciated. Just take a look at that link in the description. Also, check out our merch as well. Also, the link is in the description as well. But if there's any more things I could do for you, like I said, you guys know I'm here for you. I'll continue. We'll be here and stuff like that. Let's see here. Thank you. You are very, very welcome. Like I said, no problem, you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you guys. Like I said, I'm not going to be able to be live here tomorrow night or Saturday night. Sunday night, I should be able to go live because, like I said, I'm actually heading to Orlando tomorrow, which I'm all the way towards Tampa right now. So I have a road trip tomorrow. Go with my girlfriend to hang out for a few nights, and then she's actually going to be coming back here. But I should still be able to do a live stream with you guys. Just a quick little live stream for y'all. But anyways, well, I think that is going to wrap it up here. Once again, thank you all absolutely so much for all that you guys have done for the channel. Once again, if you have not already, consider hitting that subscribe button, guys. It would be greatly appreciated. We're actually on the road here to 8,000 subscribers. So once again, thank you all so much for your kind support. You guys absolutely rock. But all right, my friends, well, I think that's going to wrap it up here for now. The live stream is going to end in approximately 3 minutes. So if you have any last words you want to say to your friends and family who's in the chat, feel free to do so. Timer starting right now. All right, my friends. Well, once again, I'll catch you guys here for Sunday night. I'll give you guys updates here in the community section, so be on the lookout for that there. But all right, that is kind of what we are talking about. All right, my friends. Well, thank you all so much for joining us, and we'll catch you all here in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Showers in the morning. Highs in the upper 60s. Northeast winds 5 miles an hour. The chance of rain 20% in the morning. Friday night, a slight chance of showers in the evening. Isolated thunderstorms. Showers likely after midnight. Lows in the mid-50s. Southeast winds 5 miles an hour in the evening, shifting to the south after midnight. The chance of rain 20% in the evening, increasing to 70% after midnight. Saturday, showers in the morning. A chance of thunderstorms. Showers likely in the afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s. The chance of rain 90% in the morning, decreasing to 70% in the afternoon. The extended weather forecast for the area for the period Saturday night through Thursday. For Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Chance of thunderstorms in the evening, then slight chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 40s. Chance of rain 50%. Sunday, partly sunny. Highs around 60. Sunday night and Monday, mostly cloudy. Slight chance of showers overnight, then chance of showers during the day. Lows 45 to 55. Highs 55 to 65. Monday night and Tuesday, showers and slight chance of thunderstorms overnight, then showers likely and chance of thunderstorms during the day. Lows in the 50s. Highs in the 60s. Tuesday night and Wednesday, partly cloudy. Chance of showers overnight. Lows 35 to 45. Highs in the 50s. Wednesday night and Thursday, mostly clear. Lows 25 to 35. Highs in the 40s. A weather advisory is in effect for the following counties: in Arkansas, central and eastern Montgomery County, central and southern Scott County, northern Montgomery County higher elevations, northern Polk, P. O. L. K. County higher elevations, northern Scott County, Pike, Polk, P. O. L. K. County lower elevations, southeast Polk County higher elevations and southwest Montgomery County higher elevations. Dense fog advisory in effect until 8 a.m. Friday. Visibility 1/4 mile.